Let's do that a little juicier.
Is that not interesting?
No, it was good. You just gotta give some more attitude.
Okay.
How do you want? Oh,
I did the clap.
you gotta warm me before.
Oh,
you
the
crack
lights
them.
off, babe. That's why we're so dark. I was like, why do I look so I was looking everywhere. I'm like, sorry, let me stop. Okay, sorry. And take 1, 93. Okay.
I can see my little white hands that just like pop into the screen for some reason.
This thing keeps
They're
getting
just like, hi. And they're like exactly the wrong height.
That looks creepy.
I know.
It's just like.
So when I'm like trying to talk with my hands, it just looks all wrong. So I gotta like sit on my hands.
Yeah, do that. Woo! That learning girl. In this video, we are going to be discussing how to know you found the one. So if you're interested, keep watching. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. You are tuned in with Cindy and John again. We are going to be sitting down today, having a little conversation and just kind of talking to you guys about how we knew we were going to get married and how I knew John was going to be my man.
The one.
The one. How
I am the one.
he's my one.
He is the one.
We're just gonna give some points, and if you guys like it, then make sure to give it a thumbs up. So, John, how did you know you found the one? What was one thing that you learned?
Well, the biggest thing was having kind of shared values. So having spent a good amount of time, working on myself, I had a good understanding of, who I was and what I was looking for, what I really needed in somebody, and some values that were really important to me, that they be shared. And my first conversation with Cindy was very positive and very indicative that we shared a lot of things, especially faith, which is really important because that's kind of your lens that you view the world through. So whatever that is for you, it's important to know that you share that kind of similar sort of perspective of the world.
I actually wrote a list of everything I wanted in a spouse, and I kind of meditated over it and prayed about it and just kind of claimed it, and John was a lot of those things.
Did you bring the list?
I don't have the list.
You don't have the list? What happened to the list?
I don't know what the list is.
How do you know that I'm those things if you don't have the list?
I remember it. It's in my head. So he had pretty much everything on there. It was like not just a coincidence. It was more of, this is pretty much everything I prayed for. And so when I kind of realized that, and like as he said, we would talk and get to know each other, I saw all those things in him. It was just kind of clear. It took me some time, obviously, to know. I think everybody has a different timing of when they know, so there's not like a clear moment for everyone. I think as we continue to spend time together, it just was very obvious that we were very similar in a lot of our goals and what we wanted in life, and that sets us up for a really good marriage in the future, and really glad that we found each other.
Yeah, the top thing that I would share with anybody who's interested in finding their person, finding the one, is focus very much on working on yourself and trying to be the best version of yourself that you can, and figure out who you are, what's really important to you, and try to overcome some of the challenges or limitations that you may have. It's counterintuitive that the best way to set yourself up for success in a relationship is to work on yourself. But a lot of times people go into relationships with a plan of changing the other person, and you can't change the other person. You
can't.
Need to change yourself, and there are some things that the other person is going to have that doesn't line up with you and with your perspectives or goals, and you need to know whether those things are deal breakers or not.
Yeah, in my single season of life, I figured out what I liked and who I was. I worked on myself, and I think that's just huge, because if you don't know who you are and you don't know what you bring to the table, then how can you expect everything to kind of work well with the person you're trying to look for? And I think a lot of people want to have all these qualities of people, but they don't have those qualities in themselves.
You better check yourself before you wreck yourself.
I spent a lot of time just really focused on myself the past few years before I met John, and I think that really helped, and I think it brings a lot to our relationship. I also noticed in John that he was just a very loyal and just a good person. I mean, sometimes you have to look at the qualities of that person and understand would that translate well to a good husband, and he had those qualities that showed me that I could be confident in that. He is very much a loyal and dedicated person and very hard worker, and those things are what I always wanted. And so if you can lay out the things you really desire and say, I can see that person being that way, I think that's huge. And also accept, like, if that person never changed anything, like, can you accept that? I think, like John said earlier, people go into things trying to change the other person, and that may happen and it may not. So will you be okay with that?
Yeah, if you look at the situation and say, this is definitely not workable, this person has to change, then
We may have a problem.
that may not be your path. That may not be the right person, because you can't expect other people to change. Again, you can only really change yourself. That's a big thing. Know what the deal breakers are, and know what is okay. And as Cindy said before, really looking at yourself and saying, what am I bringing to this relationship? What am I bringing to the table? What are the things that I have in my life that need to be better? Do you have debt? Are you working on that? Are you moving to a better place with that? If you want somebody who, is in good shape, what are you doing? How are you working out? How are you acting through on that thing that you value?
Right. Yeah, that's huge. People don't always know right away. We understand that, it might take time, and people shouldn't just write things off right away. I mean, we had to spend some time with each other to know that we were going to be each other's spouses. But some people might know that the first day they meet, and some people might know that a couple months down the road, and that's okay. However, I don't think it's good if you're going like multiple years and you still don't know. I feel like you kind of know the answer at that point.
Houston, we have a problem.
Yeah, at that point, if you really don't know, then the question is, are you in danger of just settling because it's comfortable, or are you really excited about that person and believe that that is the right person for you? And if you're kind of like hanging on to see if maybe there's something better, again, that's not fair to that person that you're with. You're holding them down,
Right.
while you're trying to find something better. That's
It's
not fair.
Yeah. Well, I think it took us, to be honest, it didn't take us a couple of years to figure it out. We kind of knew, I would say, within probably a few months being with each other. But like I said, everybody's story is different. Just really spending time with that person and really working on the relationship is key to getting to that point, I think. So focusing on that, and just being really intentional at the beginning about those hard questions and everything that's super important to...
You're good at the hard questions.
I mean, I ask questions. John knows this.
Interrogate
And that's not what
people.
I do.
You interrogated me.
No, I didn't.
It's like a job interview. Actually, it was more aggressive than any job interview I've ever had.
I just asked the simple questions of life.
Simple. You really need to spend some time with the person as well to make sure that their audio matches their video.
Oh yeah.
To make sure that they tell you these things, and they might want those things to be true, and they might actually believe those things are true, but then they might not really follow through with that.
Yeah.
And
That's why it takes time.
Some people do that, kind of intentionally. Some people don't mean to do that, but it kind of happens. Whether they're trying to fool you or they're trying to fool themselves, that can happen. So you need to be paying attention and spend a little bit of time to make sure that that person, really follows through with the things that they say are important to them.
Yeah, and I think it's important to kind of look at how they treat other things in their life outside of you. So maybe they're saying, oh, I'm gonna do this for you and be this kind of person for you, but if they're not doing that within their career or to their mom or whatever, then maybe take note of that. I think it's important to, like you said, make sure it kind of all aligns, and if this is something that's consistent within their life, let you know that they're being honest with you.
And if you go out to eat and they're like super nice to you, but then super mean to the waiter or waitress, that's a big red flag.
Yeah.
That's an indicator that if you get on their bad side, they're gonna treat you that way
Right.
too.
Or if they're like giving up on their job or giving up on every little thing, like how they're gonna not give up on your relationship. So just being really cognizant of those little things, I think, are huge when trying to find the one. So we hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you guys did, make sure you let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe for more from us, and we both will see you in another video. Bye.